What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we're going to be having a look at the Resistance Division in CoD World War II. More specifically, we're going to be looking at different ways to counter the Resistance Division. This has been one of the most common questions I've been getting on Twitter as well as my comment section. How exactly do you counter this Resistance Division? And most people are looking more so at the scrambled radar as well as that Sixth Sense ability that's similar to our Black Ops 3 Sixth Sense ability. Now before we get into the video, just want to quickly apologize for my voice. I've been sick for the past week, which is also why I haven't been streaming, but I will be getting back into the streams in the near future. I will leave a link to my Twitch down below if you guys haven't checked the streams out yet, and hopefully within the next couple days I will have a stream going live. So first up, let's have a look at the Tier 2 Division skill, and this is the one that scrambles enemy radar when you get close to them. So based on my testing, the radius of this is approximately 12.5 to 13 meters. Any enemy that's within range of this is going to have a radar that looks like this. And as you can see here, you can't really see much. And one thing that's interesting about this is the effect of this doesn't get stronger as you get closer to your enemy. If you're within that radius, your minimap is simply going to be scrambled. Now, unfortunately for this particular skill, I wasn't able to find any counter. I tried several different basic training skills as well as all of the different divisions. Nothing seems to counter this, and the only real kind of soft counter to this is using the Resistance Division yourself, which will scramble the enemy's radar at the same range that they're scrambling your radar, and then at least you and your enemy are kind of on an equal playing field at that point. Not the greatest counter by any means. I was really hoping I'd find something that would just completely counter this and make it so your minimap wasn't scrambled, but it turns out nothing like that appears to exist. One thing to keep in mind though is when you are using this division and it is ranked up to the Tier 2 Division skill and you have the Scrambler ability, it basically announces your presence to the enemy. It lets the enemy know that there is somebody that's within 13 meters of them, and a lot of times that'll give them time to prepare themselves for a gunfight and end up killing you. So using this division training skill has its ups and downs for sure, and that's kind of the trade-off you have when using this division. Now the next part of this division that I wanted to have a look at is the Tier 4 skill, and this is the one that gives you that Sixth Sense-like ability where the enemy direction actually shows up on your minimap when they get within a certain distance of you. Once again, I did the testing on this, and it looks like this will actually activate when an enemy is within approximately 11 meters of you, but if they back off from there, it won't deactivate until they're 12 meters away from you. So this is a pretty similar range to the Scrambler ability. It's slightly shorter than that Scrambler ability, but anytime an enemy is within that radius to you, it will show you the general direction that they're in. And keep in mind, your minimap is just split up into quadrants here, so it's not super precise, but it'll show you generally where you need to be looking. Now for this one, I tested pretty much everything you could think of. I was testing the Mountain Division, like Inconspicuous, Flanker, all of those types of things, and I found one thing, and only one thing that counters this, and it counters it completely. This is Undercover, the basic training skill Undercover, which is the one that also makes it so a name tag doesn't appear above your head for enemies, and it also makes it so when you kill enemies, you don't leave a skull behind on the map so they don't see where their teammates are dying. This is the basic training skill that completely counters this Sixth Sense ability. You can walk right up to a guy, and you won't pop up on his minimap at all when it comes to this Sixth Sense ability. Now, in addition to this, once again, there's a bit of a soft counter to this, and this is, again, using the Resistance Division yourself. Like I said, this Sixth Sense ability has a slightly shorter range than the Scrambler ability, and what this means is if you are using Resistance yourself, you will actually scramble the enemy's radar before they get that indicator of which direction you're in. However, this is once again, like I said, a very soft counter because, first off, it's going to let them know that you are in the area anyways, and second, if you pay really close attention here, you can still see the Sixth Sense ability when your radar is being scrambled. You'll still see a very faint directional indicator, and therefore it's not a perfect counter to this. The only perfect counter to this is Undercover. And that's pretty much it. The rest of the division training skills for Resistance, they aren't really things that require countering. Those are things to just kind of affect your personal player, and therefore it's not really counterable to other players. But I hope this answered a couple questions for you guys, and gave you a little bit more information on how to counter that Sixth Sense ability specifically. I was a little bit disappointed to find out that there was no real way to counter that Scrambler ability. I wish they would have attached that to one of the basic training skills, or perhaps one of the divisions like Mountain or Airborne or something along those lines. I feel like that would have been a great addition. And with that, I'd like to know in the comment section below, what do you guys think of the Resistance Division so far? Do you like using it? Do you hate playing against it? Let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.